The problem with atheists is they will accept everything except the principle that God exists. Do you understand? So they will try to oppose it in every way, even if their own rationality and their own logic dictates otherwise. So it is by default they'll say everything is okay except for them to accept God exists.
So
Doesn't matter what proof. So this is basically what they're trying to do, is they're trying to force the fitrah.
Yeah, exactly.
To basically accept the opposite of what the fitrah would accept.
Yeah.
So now any logical person, anyone who's got a rational mind, yes, they will come to the conclusion that all this universe and everything didn't just come about by chance.
Yeah,
But for them, they will try every way to prove to you that it did come by chance and that you don't need God. You see what I mean? So they try to remove God from the equation at every opportunity. Unfortunately, they cannot even prove that their own consciousness exists. You know why? Because consciousness is not something you can observe under a microscope. Yes, because it is from the metaphysical world. It's not something physical you can observe or you can test or verify empirically. So what they do is they will start saying that, oh, it is something that the neurons fire and the neurons this. The neurons don't have their own brains, to tell you what to do and what not to do. You yourself decide what to do, and the neurons is just a medium to use. Basically, it makes it happen. That's all. But it is not something that is a deciding factor. So Allah says that we will make it apparent to them beyond the horizon and within themselves. This is an ayah in the Quran. Wait.
In the Quran.
What? Wait. What it says, Allah says, we'll make it apparent to them beyond the horizon. Yes? And within themselves. Beyond the horizon, the cosmos. Yes? Within themselves, their own consciousness. Now, if they do not accept their own consciousness, forget about the Big Bang, forget about the cosmos, forget about everything that is far, far away. They cannot even accept something that is within their own self. Because you see, every scientist, yes, and every philosopher, they use faculties which are something which is rational, yes, and which emanates from something within, which is your consciousness. Without your consciousness, all this rationality, logic, your brain, your mind, all this goes out the window. Because all this is connected to your consciousness. If you're not living, you won't have those faculties to make use of all these rationalities and logics and so on, and to derive the different postulations and the theories. Yes? All this is linked to yourself, that you have some rationality within you, and that stems from your own consciousness. Yes? And they cannot deny that consciousness. I don't think there's any credible scientist or a philosopher out there who denies consciousness. They have to accept it, and they do accept it. You know how they accept it? Without any empirical evidence. Because there's no way you can have empirical evidence. Exactly. So how can you demand something empirical evidence for God? Show me God. Yes? If I can't see God, it means it doesn't exist. But show me your consciousness, I ask them. Yes, that means you're not conscious. No, but they say I'm conscious. Look, I'm not unconscious, I'm conscious. But you can't prove it empirically, your own consciousness, and then you're demanding that I present to you an empirical evidence for God, who is also from the metaphysical world. So asking me for empirical evidence for angels, for God, and for your own consciousness is only foolishness. Because science is a tool which doesn't have the scope to go beyond the physical world. Yes? You can only observe the physical world, you cannot observe the metaphysical world with a tool like science which has a limitation. It is like me asking you that why can't you find any plastic with that metal detector? Yes? Your metal detector is limited to finding metal. It is only built so that you can detect metal, but not plastic. So you're using the wrong tool if you're using science to ask for empirical evidence for God, or for angels, or for anything else. Anyway, I hope that answers your question. I know you're a Muslim, but this is a question many Muslims also ask. Yes? Those who start having doubts, like when the atheists and the non-Muslim ask them, show me proof for God, show me empirical evidence for X, Y, and Z. How can you ask for empirical evidence with the wrong tool? Yes? You see what I mean? Yes? So anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future, inshallah. So consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.